Coming up next, On the Spot. The Tokyo Game Show is over, but we're just beginning to sort through all the great coverage from our team in Japan. Jeff Gerstmann will stop by with some highlights, including his shiny new GBA Micro. Also, Alex Navarro will demo Indigo Prophecy, Brian Ekberg tees off with Tiger Woods, and Jeff is taking on all challengers in Burnout Revenge. Plus, we've got wailing guitars, Doom on your phone, and a whole lot of Genji to give away live and on the spot. Hello, everyone. Welcome to On the Spot. I'm your host, Rich Gallup, and joining me once again is Ryan Davis. Hello, Ryan Davis.
What's going on, Rich?
You haven't been here in forever.
It's been a while. It's been a few weeks since I've been here on the show, and it's good to be back.
You know, in honor of you coming back, we have a great show for you today.
Really?
We do have a great show for you
today.
today.
Cool.
We have a lot of stuff
about
going on. We have Jeff Gerstmann with us as well. Hey, Jeff.
You totally said that it was in honor of me being back that you had a great show for us.
Oh, it's in honor of Jeff being back. We have a great show for you today.
Now I feel slighted.
All right. Oh.
Jeff, what are you doing over there?
I'm over here. I got Burnout Revenge, so if anyone wants to play, send a friend request to the gamer tag GameSpotting. I'll accept it. You can join the party. Crashing.
Synergy.
Cars. Yes.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Totally.
Can't wait. Fire it up. And soon we'll have Jeff back, and he'll come over here and he'll talk about all kinds of TGS stuff. But right now,
TGS, what's that?
That's the Tokyo Game Show, Ryan Davis. Jeff was just at it along with like a billion other people from here.
That's right.
And they did a mountain of coverage.
Huge amount of coverage. We had 12 people over there from both the GameSpot live team and the GameSpot editorial team.
Yep.
Just doing all sorts of coverage, looking at the games they had there, talking to companies before and after the show.
Yep.
And we killed it. And that was also, this was a huge TGS because of, well, we'll talk about why it was
We'll talk about it in a
later.
second. Before we go any further, I gotta let everyone know is that for our third week in a row, we're pimping the End Your Suffering contest. It's right up there on the page. It's right up there.
I think that's about right, yeah.
You click on it. It doesn't matter if you're GameSpot Basic or GameSpot Complete. Last week we gave away a PSP. This week we're giving away an Alienware laptop. So go right now. Yes, an Alienware laptop. I wish I knew the exact specs. It's good. It's real good. But go click on that banner up there. Enter it, and you still have time to win the Alienware laptop. We'll announce the winner at the end of the show, as well as the winners of our 3 Advent Children Japanese DVDs, and we're going to give away 200 demos of Genji.
That's a lot.
10
that's only a couple.
This is not
that's
the 200.
That's a few of them.
Yeah, we'll give away
to
200
one lucky winner. 200 copies.
So we have you and 199 of your friends.
That would be a lot easier for us on the shipping.
I know.
Bobby over there would love that.
Well,
all right, let's move the show.
All right, so there's all this great stuff at TGS, at the Tokyo Game Show. It's huge, high-profile games. But as we were saying earlier, stuff falls through the cracks. Some stuff doesn't get the props it really deserves.
It's true, and we have a ton of HD movies up there right now, and people keep talking about Metal Gear this, Metal Gear that. We don't have the Metal Gear trailer. No one does online. We can't have it. Konami said so. Sorry. But what we do have is a really nice 3-minute HD demo of the next-gen Sonic game, right, Ryan?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Right. Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's right. That's Sonic
Boom or something.
I don't know. Well, I'm being branding here.
There's a Sonic Boom game coming out?
There is.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yuji Naka, Mr. Sonic himself. Yuji Naka did the demo himself, and we have a clip of it. Ryan, I'm going to send you away in just a second.
That's fine.
All right, cool. Check out this demo right now. And we are back. Now that is, as we said, just a part of it, and we also have an HD. It actually looks a million times better than that, as you see on this little streaming window right now, but check it out. It's great, as well as all the other HD movies from TGS. But right now, I have with me a man who did not go to TGS, much like myself, Alex Navarro. Hey, Alex.
Hey, yeah, I didn't go to TGS. I never get to go to TGS.
I don't either, but
Yeah.
it actually is more by my choice because I can't fly at all. I'm not a flyer.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not. But one of the benefits of you staying behind is you got to review a lot of great games over the last
I
week,
did.
didn't you?
There's been an awful lot of really great games coming out over the last week. I got to review a bunch of them, and one of them is Indigo Prophecy.
Interesting. What game did you bring with you today?
Indigo Prophecy.
Now, what is Indigo Prophecy?
It is a game that used to be called Fahrenheit. It eventually got a name change that I don't think is as good of a name. It's an adventure, murder, mystery, supernatural thing, which is kind of hard to explain because basically it sort of uses these kind of rhythmic analog, gameplay mechanics where you like. It has kind of like the typical adventure game trappings where, you're looking for stuff, doing puzzles, whatever. But then it's got also these kind of crazy sequences, which I'm going to show one of right now.
Do it.
It's kind of hard to show stuff from an adventure game just because, there's so much story and spoilers and whatever. But I think out of context, this won't ruin the game for anyone showing this.
Sure.
And this is my favorite sequence in this game.
I saw it like I was there.
Yeah.
Now, the story to the game is a little crazy.
Yeah, a little bit.
What is it?
Basically, you are this guy, Lucas Kane, who is an IT professional, and like all IT professional, he ends up killing a man.
Obviously.
But he does it sort of in this weird possessed trance, like, he's not really in control of himself. And now he's kind of on the hunt to find out what really happened, why he killed this guy, what the circumstances are. As you can see here, the cops have kind of have got him. But
game's over.
So, no. Because check it out, I'm playing Simon. And check out what happens. Oh, dip.
Oh, you didn't just do that.
Oh, yes, I did.
So these two symbols we're seeing right now represent the analog sticks?
Yes. So basically, I'm pressing the analog sticks kind of in the directions that the lights are telling me to do, and thus I get to do this crazy Matrix, fight scene here where I'm beating up cops.
For our own IT professional here at CNET.
Yeah.
I think this guy looks a little too much like Joe Russell.
Yeah, just a little bit too much. And I know Joe Russell can dodge bullets, so...
I've seen him do it.
So what happens if you say don't dodge a bullet? I'm not going to ask you to, but...
Well, if you die, then it just kind of starts you over from the last checkpoint. Because it's actually got a really good checkpoint save system. It doesn't want you to, to lose the game to it. All right, now I'm running from this helicopter.
And a car.
And just keep in mind, this is an adventure game. Most adventure games are pretty slow. They're kind of, real big on, pixel hunting and you looking for hidden items and other kinds of stuff. But this one, you get to run from helicopters.
Awesome.
And that makes it really rad.
Obviously.
And then, don't
snap.
Oh! And then I'm just, see, now here's where it's about to get real ill here in a second. And,
Now, as we know, our favorite part of the show is getting questions from our GameSpot.
Hold on, I'm about to jump on this helicopter.
Okay, I'm sorry, you jump on the helicopter.
Yeah, and then here's another mini game. I got to hold on to this helicopter by pressing the right and left trigger buttons real fast.
Okay.
It kind of simulates strenuous activity in the game, like, say, hanging off to the side of a helicopter.
Dude, that's not hard.
Or running the 100-meter dash.
Yes. It is not unlike running the 100-meter dash.
I thought you slapped your hand on the ground for that.
And then here comes, and see, then I'm about to go onto this thing, and then,
You are a Superman in this game, apparently.
Yeah. So yeah, that's...
and that was the female...
That's the female
coming
cop.
after you?
Yeah, and actually you get to play as both the detective characters who are kind of tracking you down.
Do you see what that guy just did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, what's this game rated?
This game's rated M.
It's a small window.
Yeah,
all right.
I kind of forgot about that. But
another aspect of the game is that it's not linear, correct?
It is not really, no, because there's a lot of different sequences you can kind of do where, you basically make dialogue choices and, respond to questions differently, and depending on how things go, the story will branch. It is always kind of the basic same plot line all along, but different events will take place depending on what you do and how you choose and that kind of stuff.
Cool.
So.
Is there anything else you want to show us about the game?
Yeah, there's a bunch of really weird, like the hidden dance floor.
I
really want to know what this is.
Right.
I've never actually bothered to check this out.
So this is a secret unlockable?
This is an unlockable thing. This is not something that's actually in the game. Oh, yeah, all right. See, this is apparently some sort of dancing thing.
Okay.
I think it delivered on what it said it was gonna.
Yeah, apparently there's just this is a dancing mini game that you can just unlock. It's kind of dirty.
That's enough of that.
Let's get out of that. That was really ridiculous.
As I was saying before, my favorite part of the show is getting questions from you, the viewer, especially if you're a GameSpot Complete user. You have the form at the bottom of the page. Fill it out, your name, where you're from, and we'll ask questions just like this one. Hey, Alex. This dude Collins in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Or dudette, someone named Collins. Indigo Prophecy, how significant of an effect will your choices have on the storyline?
A fair amount, though. I mean, again, it is basically the same story the whole way through. So there are 3 different endings in the game that you can get, and they're all basically variations on the same ending, but with kind of different scenarios. I don't want to give anything away because that would be bad. But yeah, it does make a fair amount of a fair amount. But here's the thing: is that once you beat the game, you can just go back and play any of these chapters over again.
Oh, that's cool.
And then you can just
play it differently?
you can play it differently, do different choices, whatever. And there is one thing I wanted to show, one last thing. I want to show the tutorial, because the tutorial in the game is totally bananas.
Okay.
It's
bananas? Who are you, Jeff?
Yes. It's the writer-director of the game, basically in polygonal form, telling you how to play.
Oh, it's David Cage. Hey, David.
And he's got this real thick French accent, which is,
They're
kind of
hearing
cool.
it right now.
Yeah. And basically he lets you control this crash test dummy as you kind of like wander around and learn all the controls and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's not the guy. It's not the parappa rapper guy.
No, it's not the parappa guy. That's
okay,
really too bad. But
Perfect. Now you know how.
so yeah.
Well, this game looks really great, and it's out now.
A funny thing. I don't think it actually is. It
Really?
was supposed to come out this week, but I've been looking around, and EB said back-ordered, other places said back-ordered, and now all the dates say 9/26. So it looks
it's
like it'll
coming
be
out
next
soon.
week. Yeah, it's out real soon.
What platforms?
Xbox, PS2, and PC.
Very cool. And you gave it a
8.4 on Xbox and PS2, where we'll have the PC review
rating.
pretty soon. Yeah.
Great. Well, thanks for coming by, Alex.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate it. Hey, Ryan and Jeff, what's going on over there?
I'm watching Jeff play some Burnout Revenge over here.
Oh, really? Did I get you in a good time?
Can you drive?
Is the race just about to start?
Can I say poorly?
What happened?
Poorly, Jeff has been playing. Oh.
Are you
having trouble with the game, but Jeff's been playing, and he came in like 4th in that last race.
Yeah, you try standing this close to a TV this blurry from this angle. We'll see how well you do.
Qualify. No, I'm funning you. Yeah. So we've just been playing regular old just races here in Burnout Revenge. If you want to come and play against Jeff and humiliate him,
Yeah, we'll drive.
GameSpotting is the gamer tag. Make a friend request. We'll add you to the party. It will be on. Right now, we're just kind of in between matches, so if you hurry it up, you might be able to get in on some of this. We're getting ready for it looks like a road rage event.
Road rage event here.
Oh, you guys get that going. I'm actually going to ask. I have a whole bunch of questions that just came for Indigo Prophecy. Let's see if Alex Wall. I want
For
you guys.
me?
I want a race started. Basically, I'm buying time for you guys right now.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Jeff, can we make that happen?
I'm not hosting, so
All right, sweet. We'll see what happens.
Cool.
All right. James Conner, Milford, Connecticut. How often are the Simon sequences in the game?
Fairly often. Like there's really only a few different gameplay mechanics in the game, and that one pretty much simulates every. Like there's a bunch of conversations that use that also, like just because he's kind of got these psychic powers too, and like that lets him kind of concentrate and read people's minds at times and stuff. It's all kind of crazy, but then like also all the action sequences are pretty much that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, and let's see. Cad Dan in Illinois. I'm not. This is just a crazy city name. I'm not gonna say it's in Illinois.
Bago Co.
Sure.
Yeah. Whatever.
How much control do you end up having in Indigo Prophecy? I see you playing it as a puzzle game, although it is an adventure game.
You get a fair amount of like third-person control through a lot of sequences. You can kind of wander around the environments, looking for stuff. You don't really get to like fight dudes or do any like serious action or anything. That's all handled by the Simon game and that kind of stuff. But you can search for items. You can pick stuff up. Physically do stuff. The right analog stick kind of acts as like your arm and stuff. So you can kind of do that and make actions that way.
Cool. And your last question is from John Munoz in Corpus Christi, Texas. Do you practice these sample demos of games so you don't look stupid on camera?
No.
That's all skill right there.
Yeah, that was all pure
Obviously,
skill.
We didn't know what the underground dance floor was.
No, I had no idea what that thing was about, and
great.
I'm really glad I showed that.
Enough buying time. Ryan and Jeff, you guys racing yet?
It's about to start. It's 3, 2, 1. We're going to get a little road rage going on here. Jeff's going to see if he can redeem himself. Into first place out the gate. That's a good start. So, Jeff, now that you're in the middle of playing this really intense game, I thought I'd talk to you about Tokyo.
Yeah, sure. Let's hit me
Now
up, man.
seems like a good time to discuss your jet-lagged
totally.
travels.
Just grill me, man. I'm totally alert, ready to go.
So one of the big things coming out of the Tokyo Game Show was unquestionably the announcement, the revelation of the Revolution controller.
Sure.
Was what they showed there. That was the first time they showed it. Is that right? That's the big
they
reveal.
unveiled it there, at an event, just prior to TGS and all that stuff.
Now they didn't actually show any games.
Right. No, there are still no officially announced games. They showed a few little demos, you know, a little fishing rod thing, and a little...
So just kind of like proof of concept stuff that they were showing.
Basically, stuff that kind of shows how the controller will work, or some early concepts that they've got as to, you know, how they can make it go.
Now, we actually have a little bit of that video from actually, we have the whole video from that Nintendo press conference. We're going to show you a little snippet of it of Iwata demonstrating the controller right now.
I win. Ah.
We started by disregarding the conventional wisdom that the game controller must be held by both hands. Please take a look at this video.
And we are back. And I got to say, when I saw that video the first time at that part of Iwata's keynote, that looks awesome.
When I saw it, I went, what?
What?
Huh, what?
I had that very same reaction when the screenshots, we first saw the screenshots of what the controller looked like. And you see that and you're just like, oh, it's a remote control. But
yeah, but then how do you use it? And then you see that and it's like, oh, you use it just like the Dragon Quest little TV game that they came out with as a sword, or the Star Wars TV game that has a little sword that you go like this, or the table tennis game that has a little thing that you go like this.
But it's way better than that.
Because you'll be able to put multiple games into it instead of just buying a new console every time one comes out.
And the games will have some real heavy hitters making them. I can't wait. Yeah. It's gonna be awesome. I really appreciate that someone is like trying to take gaming in a different direction. I was a little disappointed actually when I saw the Xbox controller. I saw the PlayStation 3 controller, and I was like, wait a minute. We've adapted so much over the years. We had the NES, got more buttons for the Super Nintendo, got the crazy 3-prong thing for the Nintendo 64, and then we got the GameCube controller, and then now it's just like, oh, we're just giving you the same thing better, and here comes Nintendo.
Yeah, hopefully the games back up the concept. I'm sure that they have a bunch of really great ideas over there, and hopefully, some more people get on board and make some cool stuff happen.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Now, we have a lot of questions flying in from TGS. Before we get to those, we have a bunch of little handheld stuff.
Yeah, bunch of crazy stuff.
Let's start with what we both have in our hands right now, and that is the Game Boy Micro. Here it is.
Yeah.
This thing is tiny.
It is.
This is my finger.
Yeah.
This is the Game Boy Micro.
Though, you should be warned, Rich's finger is like 2 feet long.
It is. I have huge hands.
It's crazy.
And Jeff, you have in your hands
I have the crazy special limited, well, it's not actually a limited edition, it's just one of the several colors that are out in Japan, and this is one that's mocked up to make it look like an old Famicom controller.
Which is?
The 8-bit Nintendo in Japan is the Famicom.
Hold that up for Roger right behind you.
Yeah.
That is
Check that bad boy out.
That is a sharp-looking machine.
So, this is the one to get if you're going to get one of these.
Yeah.
When we were in Tokyo, it took a lot of work to actually find a bunch of these. We ended up finding, 5 or 6 of them over the course of the trip, but it was definitely, very few and far between with this stuff. And, considering I already had 6 other devices to play GBA games.
Yeah.
Probably not the smartest idea for me to buy one of these because I'll probably never ever use it, but it just looks so cool. I figured I would pick one up and, leave it in its case for all time.
I was going to say, have you tried playing a game with it yet?
No cart has gone in it, and it'll probably stay that way.
Now, for people who don't have a Game Boy, here I'm going to hold up a pen next to it so we have another size comparison.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a good idea?
That pen is huge, by the way.
Do you think it's a good idea? Is there a market out there for this product?
I guess so, but they're charging more for this than they are for the GBA SP. So if you want like a bargain entry-level system, it's like that one will kind of do you. But really, people should just be buying a DS at this point because all the new game development is going into the DS. There's not a ton of GBA games coming out at this point. So it's kind of a cool little, curiosity. But in terms of, like, should you actually get one of these? Like, for, is it actually useful? Not so much.
The screen's pretty bright.
The screen is really bright. It's got a really nice screen.
Did we just put up a news story that said there's going to be
a newer, brighter
GBA
GBA SP? Yeah. So... and that'll be cheaper. So it's kind of a weird move on Nintendo's part. Definitely trying to kind of maybe cash in on that whole iPod Nano, iPod Micro, iPod Mini, all that stuff.
Later when Ryan Davis is done playing Burnout at the end of the show, maybe we'll get him to bust out his iPod Nano and we'll
do a little size comparison because that thing is teensy.
That is. And it's
the Game Boy Micro is like a house for the iPod Nano.
Yeah.
It's huge in comparison.
But it can't play games.
But we'll do a comparison.
It's got Breakout on it.
Breakout on it. I've got
music
like a
trivia.
little...
All right, now, Jeff, also next to you have a stack of PSPs. Let's start with that one.
Let's start with this one. This one doesn't actually have a game on it, but this is the white PSP. They released these in Japan right around the same time as the Game Boy Micro, and it's white.
That's it?
Yeah, comes with a white slipcase. And actually, the thing I'm noticing from using this so far is that while the screen is just as apt to get smudged up, the control, you won't notice a bunch of fingerprints all over the sides of it like you do on the black ones. So that's pretty much the main difference. And these all ship with firmware 2.0 on them.
Cool.
So that's pretty neat. But the memory stick is not white. The power cord is not white.
What?
What is with that?
What? Oh my goodness!
I know. Totally bummed out.
Now you also have some other PSPs handy with games on them.
Yeah.
How'd you get these?
These are game share demos that were put out at TGS that you got wirelessly. You downloaded them, and they're stored in memory until you turn them off or quit or anything like that. But the trick is you can put it into sleep mode. And we put a couple PSPs into sleep mode and brought them back.
Nice.
This is Portable Resort from Namco, and it's actually a ukulele simulator.
It's a what?
A ukulele simulator.
How does it work? First, turn up the volume if you
can.
Aren't there enough of those already? I mean, isn't the market so saturated with ukulele simulators?
Not like this, dude.
Aren't people just tired of that by now?
Check this out.
Let's try if we get that. Roger can get that on camera. That sounds great. I can hear it. Hopefully the mics are picking it up. So you hold down a different button and you strum the analog stick and you're playing the ukulele.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is depending on which way you hit the analog stick, it strums the strings in a different direction. So if you hit it really slow, it'll make the sound of like each individual string.
Yeah.
And if you hit it the other way, you hear the strings being hit in the opposite order. Attention to detail. And the whole time, you can hear like the sea rolling in and seagulls and stuff. Because, you're hanging out at the beach.
That's great. What's that game called?
Portable Resort. There's supposedly a whole lot more to it.
There's like no chance it's coming out over here.
Hell no. Come on, man. Damn.
That game is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we'll play that. Now, you also have Ricardo's PSP here, and
Ricardo's in this crazy mech shell here.
And what game do you have? What games do you have on there?
This is Loco Roco.
What is Loco Roco?
Loco Roco is a game that Sony's putting out that is completely loco.
Okay.
You mean that's like Spanish for crazy, right?
Yep.
Okay.
What's Roco mean? Crazy rock?
Rockin'.
Okay.
I don't know.
Now, tell us about the game.
So in this game, you use just the triggers and the circle button.
Okay.
And basically, you control this little ball here by kind of tilting the world back and forth to make him roll back and forth.
Okay.
So now we're going here. I can kind of rotate him here, and if you hit both buttons, he'll jump.
Cool.
So I can wheel him over here, and you want to basically pick up these little flowers here, and they make you bigger.
Oh, look at that.
So I can pick up this stuff, and no!
Dude,
Say
I
lost a guy here. I can go back and get him, like it was a ring in Sonic the Hedgehog or something. We can get over this stuff.
Do you feel like when you play this game, you tilt the PSP while you play it?
The very first time I did, and this is a game that would actually be a really good candidate for some kind of like motion or tilt sensor, like they were planning to do with Mercury originally.
Right.
But it actually works really well with just the 2 triggers here. So if I can get
what? So the game sounds simple, the controls sound simple, but they got to mix it up with some other stuff. What else can you do?
Well, here, see, with the circle button here, see, I'm stuck in this little path.
Oh no, you're going nowhere.
Oh, but I can break my guys apart into their own little individual shapes here and work my way through, and then hold down the button to make them gel back together. This game is really crazy, and it's super fun. Unfortunately, this is only a 1-level demo, and the game's not coming out till like early next year.
Right.
But I'm already dying to play more Loco Roco.
It looks great.
Yeah, it's that's really kind of the big thing about it. The graphics are really crisp. Like this dude is round.
Sweet.
You know how people used to get all excited when like driving games had round wheels in them. This dude is round. So
oh, look at y'all blowing around the wind.
Yeah, so the wind kind of breaks you up into little parts again, and I get blown down to this little snowy cave here. I can reassemble myself. You can get up to 20 of these guys on the screen at once, and that's just in this one level. So who knows? Maybe the other parts of the game will have you breaking up into even finer pieces. But this game is definitely one of the highlights of TGS, not just for the PSP, but I think kind of overall. It was just a really unique and interesting game that a lot of people are kind of calling the Katamari Damacy of this year's TGS. They're kind of
even though
likening
Katamari was there on the PSP.
Right, yeah, that was there on the PSP. But, that's old hat now. Everyone knows what that game is. So this is kind of the new cool, crazy thing out of Japan.
We have a question from Nicodemic in Montreal, Canada.
Okay.
Do you think it would be possible to reconfigure the controls in Loco Roco? Jumping by pushing the left and right buttons simultaneously seems a bit awkward.
It's not.
It's not awkward?
I don't think they'll reconfigure it, and I don't really think they need to. Cool. So, no.
Sweet. Question from Matt Butler in Dubuque, Iowa.
Dubuque?
When does the white PSP come out in the USA?
Never. No, I don't know. They haven't announced a date for it. I assume it'll come out here eventually, but right now we don't know.
Cool. Do you think they'll come out with other colors?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big enough of an idiot to buy a white one, even though I don't use my current black one. I'm sure there are plenty of other people. I have 3 now. 2 Japanese ones and 1 US one. And I use 0 of those 3. So, but more games are coming. That was actually the other big thing about TGS, is there were a lot of really great looking PSP games. So if you're a PSP owner, very exciting times.
We have one last question from Tim in San Francisco. What was the Kuma Uda of this year's TGS?
Oh, the Kuma Uda of this year's TGS. There wasn't really a whole lot of super crazy stuff there. Definitely nothing on the level of Kuma Uda. There's a game called Bite to Hell 2000 for the PSP that looks to be kind of doing a WarioWare kind of mini-game compilation, and the thing they were showing had these 2 kids with axes, and whenever wood would pop up, you'd have to hit the button, and whenever a bunny would pop up, you'd have to not hit the button, or else you'd cut the bunny in half. And the weird thing is that these kids were kind of dressed up like Mario and Luigi.
We have a trailer for that.
Yeah, we do have some stuff of that up, and then there was also like a little 8-bit looking baseball game in there. So that's kind of a WarioWare-style mini-game compilation that definitely looked more sinister than WarioWare, and that could be really cool.
Cool. Speaking of sinister, we do have a U.S. Handheld game.
That's right.
Here. We have some footage of it because it's going to be kind of hard to pick it up. You fire it up there.
Yeah.
The game is Doom RPG for cell phones. What is Doom RPG?
Okay, so John Carmack sat down one day, said, you know what, all these modern 3D engines I'm making, I'm bored with it. I got to take it old school.
Okay.
So he took the Doom engine and basically ported it to cellular phones. And rather than just kind of make it the same kind of first-person shooter that it was originally, he's taken this engine and the team has basically turned it into a first-person RPG. And it's a turn-based game here. So it's like I step forward 1 square at a time here like that. Then he gets to take his turn and shoot me a bunch. And eventually I'll get over there with that fire axe and give him the business.
The axe stands a chance, you're telling me?
The axe is very strong against demons, so one-hit kill with that usually, but not here.
That's a big demon.
Yeah.
Oh,
boom!
Now, I also just saw Homeboy running around with a dog.
Yeah, you get a collar that you can use to control dogs, and basically you can get some dog-on-dog action right there. And that dog blew up! Game's crazy. You also get a fire extinguisher. You can put out fires like that. We're going to have a review of this game pretty soon. It's out on a few carriers here in the U.S., not all of them just yet. But it's a really interesting take on Doom, basically. And there's a lot of really funny kind of in-jokes. You run into scientists and talk to them. And it's a really neat game, really neat idea.
Cool. Ryan Davis, I just saw you raise your hands.
I was raising my hands
What
in
happened?
victory.
What'd you do?
Victory. I started up a new game over here, Burnout Revenge, and I just came in first, so I'm feeling good.
Oh, you're feeling so good. I'm a little jealous. I actually want to go over there and play some Burnout now.
Well, too bad.
No, that's what's going to happen.
Sit-down set.
I am in control right now. You're going to come back over here in a moment. You're going to play Tiger Woods with our own Brian Eckberg.
That's true.
Jeff and I are going to run and play some Burnout.
Hell yeah, we are.
Yeah, obviously. Of course we are. All right.
Well, now that I'm winning.
Before we get there, we have a clip right now that our man Jim just put together. While people were in TGS, there was a competition of Metal Gear 3 Subsistence. Thank you. I was going to say substance.
And this is like the crazy like online version of Metal Gear, right?
Right.
So it's like you're taking all your Metal Gear controls and putting them into this 8-player 4-on-4 team combat thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's see how. I think Brad was actually in the competition.
Brad was in
with
the
a team of
tournament, yeah.
other Americans. Let's see how Brad did. Check it out.
On the last day of the Tokyo Game Show, Brad Shoemaker pitted his Metal Gear Solid 3 skills up against some of Hideo Kojima's developers and some of the Japanese media in a team competition of Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence. The rules were simple. Capture the frog and hold off the other team for 20 seconds. During the matches, the contestants were required to wear a fairly unflattering helmet cam and play in front of hundreds of Metal Gear fans in attendance. The first round of the competition matched Brad Shoemaker and his team of American game editors against the Kiroten development team from Konami. After a quick start and some nice teamwork, the editors captured the frog and held off their competitors to move on to the next round of competition. Not to be outdone, the Japanese editors of Famitsu magazine cleaned house against their competitors to also move to the next round. This set the stage for a bitter battle of East versus West to take home the ultimate prize, brand new Kojima-signed white PSPs. The two teams fought valiantly that day, with the Famitsu team setting a lot of American editors on fire while grabbing the frog and getting it back to their base. Brad tried in vain to reach the enemy stronghold, only to be denied by the countdown clock reaching 0. The American editors left the stage as grizzled veterans of the new multiplayer of Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence. But the top prize would not be had. The team from Famitsu was just too strong and had a home crowd advantage. The American team promises to work hard and bring home victory next time. While Brad individually vows to get his revenge, Until next time.
Man, the Japanese are crazy.
That's what they're known for.
What was with those helmets? Those crazy helmet cams?
Yeah.
Where they're playing MGS and they're screaming at your face and you can see everyone's heads all down the side of the screen.
Yeah,
It was all that Smashing Pumpkins 1979 video where the guy's running out of the convenience store.
I know, it's totally like that, except scarier because they're all playing, Metal Gear Solid and snapping each other's necks.
Yeah.
So, but we're not about that here.
No, we're about the...
Here we don't have.
I'm about that.
We don't have helmet cams.
We're a gentleman's game.
We're not
Not yet.
screaming into cameras. We're sitting here, relaxed. We're going to play a little golf.
That's right. That's
Sport
right.
of Kings, or that's polo.
That might be polo. Yeah. Water polo, maybe? I don't know.
But Brian Eckberg, you're here with us today. You're going to play a little bit of. We've got the retail version of Tiger Woods PGA Tour 06 for the
That's
Xbox.
right. That's right. We're
And
playing
now,
it right now.
we've got you on here, and that's a pretty creepy version of you that we have on the.
I spent some time on this guy.
That looks like you. Did you actually talk to EA Sports beforehand? Make sure to get your haircut in there. 'Cause that is pitch perfect.
Yeah, it really is. They don't have it rocking the mullet as much in the back, but it's not bad.
That's you though. That is definitely you.
Yeah.
So that's a new and improved game face that they've obviously tweaked since 05.
Yeah, I mean that's sort of one of the fun little features that the game has always sort of had and has continually improved upon as the game face feature. You can just get an insane amount of detail and create guys that look a lot like you in this case, or you can just go completely out of left field and create someone who might, look like you, Ryan.
Yes, no, I know. If you want to get real wild,
right,
real crazy.
So right now we're actually in one of the main gameplay modes called Rivals mode, and this is a mode that it's sort of based on the Legends mode from last year,
Right.
where you go. But the twist is this time you go through various eras of golfing history and take on some of the great golfers.
This is sort of like the Highlander of golf.
That's right. There can be only one, and I'm going to make sure it's this ugly guy right here. But no, you take on famous golfers like Ben Hogan, Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, and the idea being that you want to prove that you are the #1 golfer in the world.
And you do this in various period regalia.
Yeah.
In clothes that are appropriate. I've seen you in some pretty crazy, like little knee-high shorts
Yep.
and big funny poofy hats and.
That's one of the cool things that they've added this year is lots of different clothing from different eras, like ascots and crazy top hats, and it's fun to make your character.
But then even the gear also follows that. Like you can have like the small little like hard leather balls that
Yep.
they used to use.
and the dual shaft wedges and stuff. The weird thing is that it doesn't really make much of a difference the type of equipment that you're using. It's mainly there for just show to look cool.
It's aesthetics.
It's aesthetics, but it's pretty fun.
So this is, but I mean, it seems like this is basically more of the same for Tiger. It seems like they've made some tweaks.
Yeah.
Like the putting system here is a little bit different than it was last year.
Actually, the swing mechanics are different all the way around, both in the regular game off the tee and the
look at
fairway.
that putt, though.
Yeah, that's an eagle putt right there.
That was an eagle, nice.
That means that's 2 under par.
Now, an eagle's nothing though.
No.
Compared to, let's say, a hole-in-one.
Yes.
Coming off the tee, across the fairway, onto the green, into the hole, one stroke.
Yeah, I've heard that's been done.
I think. Hey, didn't you do that?
Wow, I think so.
Wow,
yeah.
transition.
Great transition.
We actually have video of our man Brian Eckberg here getting a hole-in-one. We have video of that. Can we roll that tape so we can see
Yeah,
Brian
let's check
Eckberg
it out. My great
doing well,
triumph.
better than an eagle,
My triumph of the week.
or not?
Actually, it's still an eagle because it's a 1 on a par 3.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Here it is,
Still
and
an
you can
eagle.
see I'm dressed really fancy here.
Oh, you're looking good.
This is what I actually wear on the golf course.
That's a swing hat.
Yep.
Let's see. Okay, now you're
So it's
judging the wind.
About 430 yards. I'm hitting a 2-iron. Just like Carl Spackler. This is a pretty shot. Nice approach. Is it going to go in? That's one bounce into the hole.
Plink.
Yep.
You can hear it hitting the cup.
That's right.
Very nice. So,
Yeah.
so I hate to bring this up in your moment of glory,
Sure.
but Tiger's been getting kind of easy lately. Does 06? I mean, you did just get this hole in one
Yeah.
with your funny hat.
You know, the funny thing is I actually hit a hole-in-one this morning, too.
You hit another one.
Yeah, so that's 2 in a matter of about a week. It's
not
which, and they've done a lot with the control, like we were talking about off the tee, on the fairway, and in the putting, but it still results in a game that's pretty easy.
Right.
The putting especially, I can count the number of holes I've 2-putted, on one hand in the past 2 days. It's just a really pretty.
So
They've erred on the side of
the
caution,
short.
I
The
think.
short game is still a little bit too easy.
Yeah, it's just they I don't know. I think they were trying to mix things up with the controls to keep things approachable and add some challenge. But I think once again they sort of maybe erred on the side of caution.
Well, maybe we've still got 06 for the Xbox 360 coming.
Yeah.
Which was going to be an entirely different game.
Yeah, well, I don't know about entirely. I think it's going to still have the same controls, and I don't think anyone knows what courses are going to be included, but certainly going to be a good-looking game.
Let's see here. I've got a question here from Tim Clark in San Diego.
Sure.
Load times for Tiger Woods 05 were longer than expected. Has 06 fixed these problems? And do we know if the PSP version will be able to link to the PS2 version?
I don't know that, but I can say with a pretty good amount of confidence that the load times, both in the PSP version and in the console versions, are much better. You pretty much zip through these holes. When you're playing the PGA Tour, you can just tear through them pretty easily. So I'm much more pleased with the load times this time around.
Another question from Overheat in the UK. What's the new dual analog swing thing all about?
Yeah, what they've done is a lot of EA Sports games are mixing in the right analog stick into their sports games. Here it's called the shape stick, and I don't know, maybe I can show it a little bit, but when you take a swing, there's a little ball icon there on the right, and you sort of use the shape stick to put draw or fade on the ball, topspin or backspin, by aiming the stick appropriately. If you want the ball to go left, you aim it left onto the ball icon.
It used to be now that the power meter for your initial swing was dictated by like smashing on the Y button or like the X button in
Yeah, and you can still do that if you want. You're not required to use a shape stick unless you're in tour difficulty mode, which is the most difficult. But using the shape stick, you can really design the kind of shot you want right off the tee, and then put the exact amount of spin you want on it once it hits the ground. So it's pretty cool. What I found when I was playing the game is that you didn't really need to use it in order to have a lot of success on the courses. It's just something you could go back and use the old power boost and spin boost tools, or you could use the shape stick. It wasn't a requirement, which was kind of what I was hoping. I was hoping that it would be a requirement.
So it's just sort of like an additional sort of
it's a different way of doing
the controls.
Things. Yeah, exactly.
But it doesn't replace the old ones entirely.
I don't think so.
Well, Brian, this game's coming out now, right?
That's
it's
right.
like on store shelves at the moment.
I believe so.
And we have a review going up momentarily, sometime today.
Yeah.
So you can look for that. Like Tiger Woods PGA Tour 06 on shelves. Brian, thanks for coming by.
My
showing
pleasure.
it to us.
My pleasure.
While we're staying with this American stuff, because they had fun at TGS, they were enjoying it in Japan, but when we stayed here, we get the fruits of our labors, or Rich, as he keeps pointing to himself, it's the fruit of his labors of getting to see the new Guitar Hero trailer.
Actually, we want to play some Burnout before that.
No, we're gonna. Okay, you want to play some more Burnout?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Okay, we'll play some Burnout.
Yeah,
then.
Jeff just won a race
by like a mile.
Yeah, that's why we can't just say that. We can't just go to the Guitar Hero trailer before we point out the fact that Jeff just won by it was more than a mile. It was actually like 3 miles, I think. But and I just had to say that I finished 4th twice. So.
Well, thanks for coming in and bragging.
But
Rich.
no, the real reason I wanted to come here is that one of the things we've noticed after playing this game online a little bit more is that it seems like when you have a nice game set up and all of a sudden the 6th person comes in and all of a sudden you get this little waiting for players message. Am I right, Jeff?
Yeah, it seems to be there'll be some occasions where it can't properly connect to one of the players in the game because God knows what, they're sitting behind some kind of creepy firewall that won't jibe with your connection or something.
Exactly.
So
you should try port forwarding.
Yes, port forwarding. Reconfigured your NAT.
So basically, it seems like there's this whole understanding now, if you're playing Burnout Online, that if you get kicked from a game, it's not because they don't like you or they're making fun of your name or something like that. It's just because that you happen to be the one dude, or they're trying to find out who the one person is that is making it so the game can't start.
Actually, it's usually because I don't like their name, and it just happens to be they're also holding up the game too. But.
All right, cool. So the whole reason why actually I wanted to come over here before the trailer, Ryan Davis, was because I wanted to apologize to that guy that we kicked, and we may have heard us laughing a little bit about doing it.
We booted some fool.
But back on with the show. Ryan, it's all
okay, Guitar Hero. We have a new Guitar Hero trailer. It's up on the site right now, and you can watch it. How about right now? Let's watch it right now.
Sure. Wreck into that dude.
And we're back, and that's Guitar Hero. We had them on the show. Ryan Davis, you got to see the game at E3 way back when.
Back at the beginning, back
in the
before
day.
anyone knew what the hell this game even was, or that there even was such a game. So, and it seems to have caught on in a big way, and I'm really happy about that because that game has such huge potential.
And hopefully we'll get to see it again before it comes out. Maybe on the show.
That'd be a
maybe
nice
on the
place to
site.
see it.
We'll see. We'll see what we can do.
But right now we have that trailer.
We do, and it's a good trailer, and you should watch it because you get to see a whole bunch of new characters. What do you got in your hands there?
So we were talking
Ryan
about it
Davis?
earlier, the comparison between the iPod Nano, the new iPod Nano, which is the new itty-bitty tiny iPod, and the new Game Boy Micro, which, Roger, we can do a little comparison here.
That's about the same size that way.
It's the width.
There's the difference.
That's the difference there, is that, still a lot smaller. This is still a whole ton tinier than the Game Boy Micro, but the Game Boy Micro is pretty small. It's the width where it loses mostly, though.
And really, would you want a Game Boy that was that skinny? You wouldn't
I
even
didn't even
hold
want a game. I didn't even know that I wanted a Game Boy this tiny, but apparently I do.
Well, let's wrap up some
learn.
questions, shall we?
You got some more questions.
Let's wrap up the show. All right, we got. First of all, I gotta say, if we could show it at the bottom of the screen right now, we do have a 1-800-ish number for people to call. It's a 1-877 number.
It's in the 800s,
but that's a toll-free call, and and there it is right there, 1-877-506-8324. You call that if you're a GameSpot Complete member, tell us your username, and leave us a voicemail message, and you may hear it on the show.
Do we know what that spells? Have we figured that
actually,
out?
8324 spells tech.
Nice.
I know that much.
Cool.
But what's that got to do with things?
506 tech.
Yeah, but we have 3 questions right now. So if we could hear the first one right now, that'd be great.
Caller, go ahead.
Is the movies game coming out? I really want to play it. It looks really amazing, like Sims or something. I really want to play it. Thank you. Good night.
Now that was Richard from Hawaii, and he wants to know when the movies are coming out. It's just one game. So I say is
coming out?
November 8th, Richard. November 8th. Thank you for the call. Our next question is from, I wrote it down somewhere. Billy. No, let's hear it.
I wanted to know, why are they still releasing or still trying to sell current generation consoles during 2006?
I believe that question was from Dylan in South Carolina. I'm pretty sure. Now, I'm going to toss that question over to Jeff, actually. Jeff, what can we see for the future of current generation consoles over the next year? Are they going to keep making them? Are they going to keep selling them?
Yeah, totally. I mean, the PlayStation 3 is not even going to be out for a little while here. So, there's still plenty of room for PlayStation 2 games. The Xbox, it seems like developers are dumping that relatively faster than PS2 maybe at the moment, just because there's going to be an Xbox 360 out and people are kind of moving development over there, and Microsoft isn't even really making any more Xbox One games.
Are they making any more regular Xboxes?
They, at some point they will stop. I don't know that
Okay.
they've necessarily stopped already, but they're probably pretty close to stopping if they haven't already.
Cool.
And basically they're going to keep selling what they have, and they're probably going to lower the prices on a lot because there are still plenty of people that don't have a PS2, that don't have an Xbox, that are kind of waiting for it to hit an even more of a budget price. So there's some great deals ahead if you've somehow managed to miss this entire generation of gaming.
Cool.
I mean, they still, until last I checked, recently we're still making and releasing PlayStation 1 games. There is a huge casual market of people that, maybe aren't going to spend $400, right out the gate on a new console, but, they'll throw down $150, and then, when the new games start costing $20 a pop, there's plenty of reason for them to continue making and selling current-gen consoles.
Yeah, totally. And also, companies like EA have said in the past that they feel like they lost a lot of money, or rather didn't make some of the money they could have made because they dumped systems like the PS1 as fast as they did. So kind of this time around, the thinking is that a company like EA may very well support the PS2 for another 5 years. It won't get the A-list developers, and it'll probably just be like, here's another Madden game. It's the same as it's been for the last 5 years with new rosters. And for some people, that'll be enough. It'll be just kind of a bigger budget market moving forward.
I have some very good friends. Every time I go to their house, they have a PlayStation. It's like a newer PlayStation 1. It's kind of sleeker.
The tiny little
hockey
puck looking
It's like,
thing.
what is that doing connected to your giant, amazing looking television? But they still play it.
It still plays good. The same reason to still hook up your Genesis and play a little bit of Madden on that, because it still works. So
Cool.
We
have a third question.
We have a third question.
We have a third question. Let's hear this from Bobby in Maryland. Bobby.
What's up, guys?
Nothing.
The Game Boy Micro, to me, seems like the iPod Nano. It's just an upgrade physically with a couple of new additions here and there. Is it really worth $100?
No.
Jeff?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No. Totally. Straight up. No. You can get a regular GBA for cheaper, or you can just man up and buy a DS already. That's where all the games are going. If you're serious about playing games, serious enough to be calling an 800 number and asking us questions like that, then you're definitely serious enough to own a DS, which plays GBA games just fine. So the Game Boy Micro, cool little toy. If you're some kind of weirdo like me, you might feel the need to pick one up. Don't pick one up.
This is a fashion accessory, almost as much as it is a game system, just in its size and the novelty of that. So that's kind of the appeal.
A smaller DS though, that would be cool.
Now you're talking.
That would be cool. All right, let's give away some prizes, shall we?
We have a laptop.
We do. We have the winner of this week's version of the End Your Suffering competition, which you can enter up there, because there's still one more prize to win, which is a trip to...
I think it's the other side, actually.
It's the other side. It's over there.
It's over there. It's over there, yeah. Stage left. Stage left.
It's up there. It's over there. Go over there. Click on it. My bad. Now you tell me.
People have been trying to point.
Oh. Go over there. Anyways, we have a trip to Baltimore and tickets to a Browns-Ravens game.
Baltimore, that's the show me state.
It is. That's actually a city, Jeff.
Whatever.
A city. But anyways, the Alienware laptop is going to, you ready? Marina Moore. Congratulations, Marina. You have won yourself an Alienware laptop. You will be contacted by GameSpot to figure out how to send it and everything. But congratulations, and thank you for entering. And if you still want to win the trip to Baltimore, enter the thing up there. I'm pointing the right way. Right?
It's the right one.
Right,
there you got it.
All right. Now, also last week, we gave away 3 Advent Children Japanese DVDs.
That's right.
We did. And the trivia question was a doozy.
That was a great trivia question.
Jeff, have you heard the trivia question?
I haven't heard it.
That is a really good one.
Greg came up with this. He's very proud of himself because it's a very hard question, very fun question.
Okay.
All right. The canon in Final Fantasy VII.
The big old canon.
The big old canon has the name.
You already lost me.
The name is the name of a song by what band? Tim knows.
So Styx.
No, it's kind of close. Actually, the name is what? It's Sister Ray.
Sister Ray is the name of
the canon.
And then that is a song by...
The Velvet Underground.
The Velvet Underground.
The Velvet Underground.
So the answer we were actually looking for was...
The Velvet
Underground, not the Sister Ray.
And I feel bad because the guy who got it first right didn't give us their last name, so he can't win it. So if you're Eric in New York, sorry, Eric. You didn't
need
win.
A full name.
But these 3 people did win. You ready?
Who is the winners?
We actually had a lot of people get it wrong, but we also had a lot of people get it right. But the winners are Will Savage of California, Don Francis of California, and Don Edgecombe of Oregon.
West Coasters.
West Coast. They know their stuff.
Will Savage is name of the show. That's a great name. Will Savage should be a politician or a used car salesman.
Wasn't there a game with a name similar to that at some point?
Have gun Will Savage.
Will Rock? I'm thinking Will Rock. I'm sorry. Will Rock.
Will Savage, Pontiac. We've got the savagest deals in town.
All right, we're giving away 200 Genji demos.
Oh, we have them all here.
Send them all to Will Savage.
We're going to just keep pulling them up. We have so many of these things. All right, here they all are.
There's a ton. 200 of them.
This box that we're pulling from is just 100. It's just 100. We have more.
This is only 100 of them?
All right.
Okay.
There's no question. Basically, here's what I want. If you're a GameSpot Complete member, using the form at the bottom of the page, because it's kind of difficult for us to ship out all this stuff, and I'm gonna have to copy and paste all of your addresses on a piece of paper for the guy who's actually gonna do the shipping. Everyone who properly formats their mailing address in the form below, so I can just copy and paste it easily. So in the big box at the bottom, put your full name, your full mailing address. So all I'd have to do is print it up and cut it out. Do that, and you win yourself a Genji demo. And if you're not watching the show live, still enter, because I have a feeling there'll be some.
We're gonna have so many of these things.
Problems entering their address. It happens every week. So that's your trivia competition. Enter a proper mailing address with your full name, city, state, zip code.
That's no problem for Will Savage. Will Savage has got it down.
Will, if you're with us, go ahead. We'll give you another
one. Will Savage makes things happen.
All right. Do we have any questions here?
We had a bunch of questions.
We have a bunch of questions. Are there anything that we didn't mention yet?
We had questions about the Revolution controller. We had questions.
Bryn from Ashland wants to know if we're excited about the Revolution's innovative controller.
I am.
You are?
I'm excited about seeing games on it. I think that there's potential there for some real awesome stuff.
Cool. Dario from Montreal wants to know about the classic gamepad extension. What's going on with that?
Isn't that just the remote? You flip it sideways. It's
yeah,
an S
you can turn it
controller.
sideways. It's like a little NES. But aside from that little analog thing that they're showing in the video, there's probably going to be other attachments. I'd imagine there would just be a GameCube controller with a fat hole in it that you can just ram that thing into and play GameCube games like that or whatever. So they'll probably have a bunch of weird attachments for that thing.
Cool. Aviar in Ohio. We didn't talk about the Xbox 360 all that much. We know it's coming out November 22nd now.
Yep.
Jeff, do we know what games are coming out with it?
Heck no. Perfect Dark Zero is shipping this holiday season, which, I mean, is probably going to be launched. And Need for Speed Most Wanted, they've said, is shipping alongside the console.
But they refuse to say that anything is coming out on launch day. They're saying everything is launch window. They're talking about the holiday window
right.
for this
Well,
stuff.
EA has specifically said at launch.
Oh, okay.
So that Need for Speed Most Wanted you can count on. I'd imagine DOA 4 is going to be right around there. Madden will probably be right around there. But by and large, no idea.
All right, and his other question was when we'll know, and hopefully I would say before November 22nd.
First week of October, I bet we'll know a whole lot more. That's when XO5 is happening in Europe. They already announced the date, so what do they have left to announce? Games.
Ah, good call. And our final question, Bobby, the same guy who called us, said, Ryan, you look kind of British, Justin Calvert, without your beard.
It's not really a question.
All right, just say like Justin Calvert.
Well, okay, yeah, thanks, I guess. I don't.
Cool. Let's mention the hotspot before we go. Jeff and I, Ryan, you haven't been on it yet. The hotspot is our weekly podcast, right, Jeff?
That's right, Rich. Every Wednesday we cover, the latest news and topics from the world of video gaming and have a great old time doing it.
And everyone should tune in. Actually, we are now featured on AOL Radio. If you go to AOL.com/podcasting, you will find us there. And actually, AOL Radio is like free to everyone.
You don't have to be on AOL.
Exactly. You don't have to be on AOL. Just go to AOL
That's
Radio.
cool.
And they have a video game radio station.
They do. It's called Video Game Scores. It's just great songs from all your favorite video games. Good stuff to do work to. Actually, I've been listening to a lot.
And I think they have like a separate channel that's like just Final Fantasy music or something too. Don't
Maybe.
they? I think they did for a while. I'm not sure if they still have it, but
the Video Game Scores channel I know plays a lot of Final Fantasy music.
A little bit of Splinter Cell in there as well.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. Some Chrono Trigger stuff.
And I believe you can find the hotspot over there as well.
And it's all over there. That's a show. We burned through the internet. Congratulations.
That's fantastic.
I'm not going to be here next week, but Ryan McDonald will be back. He'll be sitting in this very chair, I think, holding it down.
Fantastic.
You won't be, maybe. But remember, send in your mailing address. Win some Genji, right, Ryan?
Oh, win so much Genji. Or else we are just going to have to send all 200 of them to Will Savage.
Will Savage.
Will
Savage presents
Ford Geo Metro Dealership of the Year.
I like
Pomona,
to thank Jeff for coming by.
California.
I like to thank Ryder for coming by. I like to thank Alex for coming by. I like to thank Brian for coming by. Be sure to check out all the review for Indigo Prophecy. The review's coming soon for Tiger Woo, I do believe.
Today. It'll be up later today if it's not up already.
Read all the TGS stories. Check out the entire Iwata keynote speech, the entire Sonic the Hedgehog
You find all the
demo,
TGS stuff.
so
There's a
much
big
stuff.
old button at the top of every page on GameSpot. You can see everything that we have from the show.
And a whole bunch of people will see you next week right here on the spot. Thanks for watching.